Hey everybody, so today's a quick look at a Dynamo workflow, creating roofs by subregions. So this was for a specific project where they had a whole bunch of parking lots, and those were subregions, and they wanted roofs in those locations just to have a 3D aspect for those parking lots, and that way they had more custom. They can customize it a little bit more than what they could do with subregions. So having that conversation, my first thought was to use Dynamo because we could quickly get that information and then create roofs by it. So we could quickly get the curves that made up those subregions. So let's just jump into it and look at the actual graph. So there's not much going on. We just get the topography. And then this is a node from Clockwork for Dynamo, and we use that to figure out where the subregions are. We filter that out, and then we get the topo points, and then we get the we create a polycurve by point, and that's just going to give us our curves. We pull that onto a plane, and that allows us. We now have our outline for the roof. And then over here we just tie in some of the roof properties. So super simple script, and I'll show you kind of how that works and right after I show you this part. So there's topo, surface. These are kind of the elements we're going to be working with. So there's the topo, surface that we're going to be working with, and there's there's differences in the ways that you can split up topos. So you can split surface, which splits the surface into an entirely separate topo, and you can even edit it. So it is two, like it says here, two distinct surfaces. And the workflow we're using subregions, which it's still within the topo. So if you started to change the topo's elevation, it will affect that subregion. But what's nice about subregions is you can edit properties such as the material of that subregion. So, and that's what they were originally doing, was editing that and giving it like an asphalt material. But visually, it just didn't look like what they wanted it to look like. So what we have is just a very simple project. There's just some walls over here, but you can see there here's the actual topo, and if we select on it, you can see it highlights everything and the subregion. We can select on that subregion and then go in there and change the property. We can also do some phase properties, some image, comments, some of the other properties. So there's things that you can do with it, but it's limited. So, and they wanted that 3D aspect of having a roof there. So quickly, I'll bring this over there, and you can see there was no roof in the model. And what we're going to do is just run this, and then we'll have a roof. And then we'll look at some of the list. I think that's kind of important. But one nice thing is this script is you can just download it. So if you're new to Dynamo, I recommend just downloading it and playing with it yourself. You'll find it below in the description. There's a OneDrive link to this script and all my other ones. So definitely check that out. And if you want to watch this video without having to watch any kind of commercials or anything, I always upload the MP or the video file. So definitely feel free to watch it from there, and also share it internally or whatever you want to do. So here's the file. We're going to run it. You can see it's already done. So if I drag this over, we can go in here and see that this is a roof now. We can change the base offset. You can see now it's kind of extruded out of the topo, so it kind of looks nice. There's definitely more things that you can do with this, and it being a roof, you could add other things, like soffits or fascias. So you can add that to give more detail to it. I think I've seen folks use fascias or some of the other items that you can add to a roof as ways to add curbs and stuff to your sidewalks or your parking lots and stuff. So there's definitely some other functionality that you get when you do it this way. So this is the Dynamo script, and we'll look at what we're doing here. So we've got a list of the topography. So you can see here it's separate. There is 2 topos. It sees it as 2 topos, and then this one will tell us which one is the subregion. And so you can see here we just tie that into a bool mask, and then we get outside. We get the output. The output is the subregion element, and we tag that into the topo by points, and that just gives us our points. And then I quickly just run that through a list flatten, and then I create a polycurve, so it's just one continuous closed polycurve, and then I get the origin of that, and then I pull that onto the curves. I pull it onto a plane, and then now I tie that as the outline for the roof. And then down here is I just run a roof type by name, and then down here is just the level that I want it located at. So super simple, and you can see the roof element over there at the end. So super simple, but I definitely recommend if you're newer to Dynamo to open it up and maybe just play with it and see how it moves from the start to the end, and see if there's any errors, and see if you can work through that, or maybe extend this to be able to apply to like a whole bunch of topos all at once. You can see there could be a lot of possibilities with this script, so definitely check it out, and let me know if you have any questions. And again, all these are free. You can download them. You can even download the videos if you wanted to. And one thing I want to mention is the Discord channel. So definitely check that out. If you haven't already, you can join it. That's totally free. I started the server just for a place to where you can ask questions about BIM and data science. So if you're interested in that topic, definitely join the board or join the Discord server. And this is the link here, and you'll also find it below in the description. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And so that's all I got for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.